Hello and welcome. I'm Susan Droessler. I'm so glad to be here with you today. I'm broadcasting from here at Heart and Soul. My name is Susan Droessler. I'm the Music Therapy Department Manager at Big Bend Hospice. First, I want to thank Heart and Soul for having me. Today I'm going to share with you a little bit about what is music therapy, how we help patients at the end of life, and then I'm going to share 5 tips with you for how you can use music for your own personal wellness right now during the busy holiday season and also throughout the pandemic. So first, let me just start by telling you that Heart and Soul has partnered with us and named us their community partner for the month. So anytime this month of December, you can actually come into Heart and Soul and buy one of these candles, and a percentage of the profits from that will go directly to support the Big Bend Hospice Music Therapy Program. In addition, the first 30 people who buy one will get one of these CDs. This CD was produced by Big Bend Hospice several years ago, and it is songs that we've created for special memorial events and other special Big Bend Hospice events. So they're kind of one-of-a-kind songs that we've created, and there's a couple from the community that were created for Big Bend Hospice also. So you'll get one of those free with your candle. And now let me tell you a little bit about what music therapy is and why it would be so wonderful if you could help us, Heart and Soul, support our program. So what is music therapy? You may have never heard of that before. You may not be familiar with it. Music therapy is the research and evidence-based use of live music by a certified clinician to help patients and to achieve a therapeutic goal. That sounds really technical, but all that means is that a board-certified music therapist, which is what I am, is actually using music live to help some kind of goal be achieved, whether that is relaxation or maybe helping process emotional goals or emotional comfort, whatever it is. In hospice, some of the most common goals that our music therapists work on are things like pain management, also help with difficulty breathing or reducing agitation. We also help families cope with their grief and make lasting memories. Hospice is all about bringing quality of life at the end of life, and so we're helping our families and our patients be as comfortable, both emotionally and physically, as possible. Every music therapist at Big Bend Hospice that works there, we have 5 staff music therapists, and we're all board certified music therapists, which means we have the MT-BC credential from the Certification Board for Music Therapists. So that means that we've actually gotten a university level degree in music therapy, and we have over 1,200 hours of clinical training in the field. And we remain certified throughout our career. So again, we're so grateful for the partnership that we have with Heart and Soul, and you can help support our work with patients and families by coming in this month and purchasing one of those candles I shared with you. So now I'm going to take some time to share with you a little bit about how you can personally use music for wellness right now during this busy holiday season. We all know that this year has been unlike any other. At Big Bend Hospice in our music therapy department, we've had to learn to do things differently. We have begun doing some sessions via telehealth, so our patients can get music therapy in person, but they can also get it remotely, like we're talking now, if they need to. And we still have services available to patients throughout our whole 8-county service area. So that's why community support and donors are so important, is because no matter where our patients live, whether it's in Steinhatchee or Chattahoochee or right here in Tallahassee, they can have music therapists from a staff music therapist at Big Bend Hospice. So let's talk about ways that you can use music for your own personal wellness now and moving forward. You may find that during this time, your normal coping mechanisms, the things you do to keep yourself healthy and well, are not working, or they're totally different because maybe you enjoyed going out to dinner with friends for wellness, or doing activities that you just can't do right now during the pandemic. I'm going to talk to you about how to use music, which is something you probably already have easy access to make sure that you are well and feeling emotionally and physically healthy. So I have 5 tips for you for how to use music for your own personal wellness. The first tip is going to seem really obvious, but it's important to say. Be sure to use music you like. So you probably have seen articles or books even that talk about how you should listen to music in a certain key or on a certain instrument or a certain type of music, like classical music. The reality is that if you don't find something helpful and uplifting, it's not going to be helpful to you for your personal wellness. So just take a second while I'm talking, and for a moment with me, think about 3 types of music that you love to listen to that just make you feel good. So take a second, you have your 3. You can think of way more than 3 if you want to, but start with those 3 types of music and keep those in mind as we continue on. As you listen to your music, tip number 2 is to take note how you feel when you listen to it, okay? So as you're listening, think about, how do I feel in my body right now? How am I feeling emotionally when I hear this song? You may have songs that you love that are on your favorites list, but when you actually start to think how they make you feel, maybe you associate them with a certain time in your life, or they make you think about a certain person, and maybe that brings up feelings you don't want to experience on a regular basis. So that's okay, and you can choose to only listen to that kind of music at a certain time or in a certain space. As you're listening to the music you like and taking note, here are some emotion words that you can think of, and kind of as you're taking stock, some words that might come to mind. Does the music make you feel energized? Does it make you feel calm? Does it make you feel tired or restful? Does it make you feel focused or sentimental or nostalgic? Whatever it is, it's not good or bad. Just take note how it makes you feel. So tip number 3, set boundaries with music. Now that might sound a little strange, but what I mean by that is know that it is okay to want to have music around you, and it is okay to not want to have music around you. Some people just need silence to rest and recover, and there is nothing wrong with that. I think around this time of year, I usually have a person or two come up to me and say, you know, Susan, I think if I hear Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer one more time, I'm just gonna lose it. I'm not gonna make it through. So it is okay to set a boundary and say that you don't want to listen to holiday music. I know that might sound a little Scrooge of me, but it is okay to set boundaries and to create, put mechanisms in place so you don't have to listen to music when you don't want to, and you don't have to listen to the type of music that you don't want to. So what does that look like? A good example is, we know that when we go out grocery shopping, as soon as you walk into the store, the first thing you're gonna hear is holiday tunes. If your spirit's just not in a place to do that right now, it's okay, and it is okay to put on a little headset or headphones connected to your phone, or have your music there in your purse and have it connected to a headset. That is not rude. It is an okay thing to do to set a boundary. On the other hand, if you are a music lover and you want to have it around you all the time, and maybe someone in your household isn't so much, set time and space aside, set that boundary so that you have that music that's going to lift you up when you need it. Set boundaries around your music. Tip number 4, make a plan. We know with every aspect of personal wellness, you have to make a plan or it's not going to happen. We're all so busy and there's so much going on and our routines have changed. If you don't make a plan to use music for wellness, it's not going to happen. Maybe you're a big advocate of eating healthy and it's really important to you. You probably take time every week to meal plan and maybe make an extra stop at the store to get fruits and veggies. Let's say you're a person who really is invested in exercise for your wellness. You probably write that in your schedule or plan a specific time for it. Just like that, we're gonna plan for using music for wellness. So what I want you to think about is where, when, and how are you gonna use the music you love for your wellness? I think it's gonna be most helpful to you if you use it at a time that it works for your routine. So thinking about, okay, I feel like on the way to work every day, I'm really tired, and I know that I have a set amount of time that I'm gonna be in the car. Go ahead and make sure that you have a playlist ready to go, that you have your music handy, whether you're gonna play that on your phone or you're gonna pop a favorite CD. Make sure that wherever you're gonna listen to music, it is handy and you have the music right there ready to go. And make sure you know how you're gonna do it, you know what streaming service or what CD you wanna have nearby, and set it and forget it, right? We wanna make it easy and handy for you. So once you've made your plan, work the plan, do the plan, right? So I know I have 2 young kids, and I know how helpful music is to me, but finding that extra minute or two in the morning to connect my Bluetooth to my speaker and just turn on my playlist that I want to listen to, I often don't do it. So I need to schedule an extra minute or two in the morning and make sure that I make a moment to turn that on for myself and have that extra boost to my day. In addition, you can plan to use music for your own wellness and pair it with maybe tasks or chores that you don't love. I personally don't love folding laundry. I just don't love it. It's not my favorite task. With a family, I have tons of it. So I pair music listening with that task. I will have a favorite artist or a favorite genre that I can just hit play and know that while I'm folding 3 loads of laundry, I'm gonna get to listen to something I enjoy, and after the task, I feel more energized and better than I would if I had just had silence during that time. Okay, step 5. Or tip 5. If you just do the first 4, you're gonna have a big wellness boost. You're gonna feel good, you're gonna have a lot of benefit. Tip 5 is a little more complicated, so stay with me. But if you just do the first 4, and this one's a little beyond, don't worry. You can just do those 4, and I still think that you'll feel a lot of personal wellness boost in your life. Tip 5 is to make a power playlist. Okay, I know you're thinking, Susan, what is a power playlist? What does that mean? A power playlist is a set of music that you're going to use when you're having a problem time, okay? So let's think about our week or our day or our month. What is a time of day or a task that you have to do routinely that you just don't enjoy, or after you do it, or after you've experienced that time, you just don't feel good? Okay, so think about a time, find one in your mind, and then think about how do you feel during that time. So here's an example. Let's say you have a certain monthly meeting scheduled at work, and every time you have that meeting, you leave the meeting feeling anxious, okay? You're going to create a playlist to play after that meeting, maybe on your way home from work or whatever, and you're going to think about how you feel. So maybe you feel tense, maybe you feel uptight, maybe you feel overly focused and kind of high energy and just generally anxious. Now, think about the kind of music you like, and you're going to try to match that mood or feeling with your music. So what does that mean? If you're feeling overly focused and tense, you're gonna find music that's more upbeat, that's higher energy. As your playlist goes on, you're going to choose songs that are gradually slower, gradually calmer, not as upbeat. Maybe they have more positive lyrics as they go on and on. So you're gonna start where you feel, how you're feeling, and you're gonna gradually tone it down until you reach a calmer place. So how long should this playlist be? It should be as long as you have between activities. So again, if you're at work and you know you have 20 minutes on your drive home, and that when you walk in the door, you're gonna have to be present for your family and focused and calm, then you probably wanna make your playlist about 20 minutes long. You can use it just the other way too. So let's say in the morning, every way on the way to work, you're feeling really tired and just kind of sluggish. You can have a playlist that starts off really slow and that gradually increases. You could also listen to these kind of playlists on your morning walk or whatever you do if you're working from home. So that's a power playlist. I think you'll find it really helpful to you. You can also use that power playlist like in the grocery store. If you find pandemic grocery shopping really stressful, especially at the holidays, you can always just choose to listen to that kind of uplifting music that you've chosen for yourself during that time, right when, whenever is helpful to you. Make it easy, make it something you enjoy, and know that you have that tool handy for your own mood boost when you need it. Okay, so those were our 5 tips on how to use music for wellness. Use music you like, take note of how the music makes you feel when you listen to it, set boundaries, it's okay to say no to Rudolph, make a plan, and make a power playlist. So that's all I have for you today. Again, I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope that these tips help you feel well and healthy, both during the pandemic and as you move through this holiday season that will be different than any other. Thank you to Hearth and Soul for having us and for making us their community partner this season. I hope you can come in and get one of these beautiful candles, maybe grab one as a gift for a friend or loved one. And again, I'm wishing you and your family wellness and health, and thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.